Stripe is the go-to choice for AI companies, from early-stage startups to scaled enterprises. 78% of the leading AI companies use Stripe to go to market quickly and scale globally. That includes pioneers like NVIDIA, OpenAI, and Perplexity. Stripe has developed cutting-edge tools to improve everything from fraud detection to checkout optimization. Whether you're aiming for incremental gains or planning for enterprise transformation, see how Stripe can help at stripe.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Did you know that Game Pass or Pass is brought to you for free because of Spotify for podcasters? It's a totally free platform, and you can make a podcast today for free. Spotify for podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else that podcasts are heard. And if you're thinking about taking your podcast to the next level with a video podcast, Spotify can help you too. With Spotify for podcasters, you can also earn money in a variety of ways that includes ads and podcast subscriptions. So what are you waiting for? Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcast to get started right now.
Time for a very unidentified edition of Game Pass or Pass, the podcast where we play games on Microsoft's Game Pass service, tell you which games to pass into your friends and which games to simply fly on by while being unidentified. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. I am Corey. I am joined by the man, the myth, the government-confirmed Basher.
Whoa, I mean, I gotta go back off the grid now. Like they caught me.
Well, no, you can't. You've been exposed. The government finally confirmed you are real.
No, it's fine. I didn't get the vaccine, so they can't find me. There's no chip.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me there. I guess I got. I don't even know how to respond to that. If you don't have the vaccine, then what are they gonna do?
Well, exactly. Like they can't find you. They can't 5G you. Like it's you got a luck.
Okay, would you be chipped by the government if it means you got 5G?
Ooh.
Free of charge.
Free 5G?
Free 5G wherever you go. Millimeter wave even.
Actually, no, I couldn't because my phone doesn't even do 5G, so it'd be useless.
But you would be 5G.
Oh, I could travel the 5Gs? I'm in. I'd be like Electro.
He'd be like Now, which Electro, though?
Well, as a black guy, I'd be the Black Electro.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. We are here to talk about Destroy All Humans. But before that, let's get a little housekeeping out of the way. You might have noticed we're a little bit late. I did post a little disclaimer for some of the people that listened, what the deal was. But you can't blame Basher this time. I know it's usually Basher. And he's the one that's always causing the issues, never showing up, not playing video games. But no, you can still probably hear it in my voice. I caught the COVID. That's a lie. I was very ill. It was not COVID. And I did not have a voice for about 2.5, 3 weeks. So that is why we're not going anywhere. I know there's people out there that were probably like, bro, what? My favorite podcasters, where are they? We're not going. We're here. We're here. And we're even here to the point where I remembered to log in and get the phone number for this show. That's how here I am right now. So, just to give you a heads up, we are still planning to do about 3 episodes a month, maybe 4, depending on what we can play. So, we are here for the long haul. And if you want to talk to us, you can email us at gpopfans@gmail.com or give us a phone call, 574-651-9256. If you missed us, let us know. Let us know how much you missed us. But that's not what we're here to talk about when it comes to missing us. We're here to talk about Destroy All Humans, which is kind of, we're humans, so it's kind of awkward. This was developed by originally Pandemic. Now, this is a remake of a 2002 PlayStation 2 game that was from Pandemic, but remade recently from THQ Nordic and Black Forest Ham. What? That's not right.
Right? Like, what's going?
I just read that and I knew it wasn't right, but apparently
let's get in here somehow.
Apparently my Surface Pro 6 decided that that was good enough that I read it and I just went with it. And so now I got to log in and find out who the actual developer was, because it definitely wasn't Black Forest Ham.
It's not the ham company? Okay.
No, although I could go for some Black Forest ham right now. I'm pretty hungry, actually.
I'm honey glazed myself. That's the best ham.
Okay, I used to be
all
ham. about ham, but I think I'm more of a turkey guy now.
I mean, why choose turkey ham sandwich?
See, I don't know if I want both. It's just Black Forest Games, so I guess it wasn't completely wrong. But for whatever reason, when I typed in, maybe I subconsciously typed in ham. Maybe it's not even the Surface Pro's fault. They remade this game for THQ Nordic. They have made different ports of stuff like Titan Quest and there was another one, the Gianna Sisters games. They do a lot of port work for this. So this is the remake of that original PS2 game. For the most part, it's untouched. There's not new content or anything like that. All of the cringy jokes, all of the very government making fun of jokes are all here. What's funny is even when you boot up the game, it's like, okay, look, this game was made a long time ago. We have not touched it. Please don't judge us. Okay, here's the other part. This is like a third-person game, but there's also like isometric views at times. So I went with third-person action game.
Oh, absolutely.
Available on PC, Xbox One, PS4. Obviously, you can play it on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, but there are no next-gen versions at this time. There's no cloud saves. There is DLC. It's only gonna run you $9.99, but it's all cosmetic in skin packs. When it comes to remaking Destroy All Humans, let's talk about it.
I just want to point out that you missed that's also available on Stadia.
Oh, sorry. Let me go back and change the notes and type in. Oh, look at that. My computer exploded.
Just for all the Stadia fans out there, shout out to y'all. I should turn that off.
Okay, listen. If you play this on Stadia, you are going to win a 1 month free Game Pass membership. All you have to do is prove that you own this game on Stadia. I will send you a 1 month membership.
I mean, just prove you have a Stadia, you still get it. Like, that's where I'm at.
I guess.
So third person action adventure game. I mean, I remember back in the day, used to make a ton of these. They kind of fell off, and I didn't play the original one. And so like, this being a remake for me was actually one of the few remakes I'm just like, yeah, I'm decently excited for this one, because I feel like it's one of those that kind of would benefit from a remake. And I think they nailed it for this one, because if not a lot has changed, and this gameplay was the same as it was then, I gotta say I'm kind of digging it.
It's there's a couple things that came to mind, because I played this game back in the day, but it was not a game that I played alone. It was one of those things, when you're just hanging out at a friend's house and you just play a game, and I just remember playing this at one point. So my knowledge of it wasn't that deep, but I know that this is a franchise. There's like 3 of these games, and I had just never really hopped on them. So I'm kind of in a similar boat. And there's a couple things that stood out to me in that it was like oddly forward looking. If this was indeed a PS2 game,
yeah,
a PS2 game. Like there's like semi-open worlds.
Yeah,
and there's a ton of content, which was the first thing that jumped out to me. I was very surprised how much there was to quote do in this game. Granted, it does get repetitive. I mean, you're not doing vastly different things in each of these little open worlds, but each one is very unique, and each one has its own setting and reasons for existing. So that was kind of the first thing that kind of was like, wow, this was extremely forward looking at the time. But it also was a game where, I guess I kind of said this backwards, but I was confused why they remade this game. Like, I don't have extensive knowledge of the series, like I said. So I was just like, is this a game that people were asking to be remade?
I mean,
Like,
it came out at the perfect time, technically. I mean,
you know,
Obama's out there talking about aliens exist, so I mean, maybe capitalize off like the big UFO craze.
there you go. They knew.
They get,
They talked to the government. Were like, hey, like, are you guys gonna like
Mhm.
confirm aliens anytime
I mean,
soon?
maybe
Because we're like thinking about making this game.
maybe aliens make this game. We don't know. Who's Black Forest
We
Ham?
don't
Um,
know.
but like so essentially you play as the character. I believe his name is Crypto.
Crypto,
Ye-
which is weird because I follow crypto recently. But
There
anyway,
you go. And then I'm down with Doge, by the way, going all the way down, literally. Uh, then so you play as Crypto, and you're your standard like 1980s or even 70s version of a Martian, I guess. And your job is literally to destroy all humans, and you go around almost Grand Theft Auto style with all these weapons and abilities. Like the abilities are cool and fun to play with. Like the abilities that you can shapeshift. You got telekinesis. You got like a brain exploding thing. You can make people trap themselves. Like it's very. I'm surprised at how much there is to do and how well it kind of meshes. It almost feels like almost like a Ratchet and Clank at times, where it's like you have all these weapons and you have this huge arsenal and you're doing all this stuff, and you never feel out of control. Like I'm impressed by it.
yeah, it definitely. What's the word I'm looking for? It knows what it is in that sense of it's kind of ridiculous and over the top, but it doesn't forget that it's a game. So like it's the modern Saints Row games do this very well as well. Of like everyone talks about Saints Row, and Saints Row 3 is kind of, I think Saints Row 3 is where that series sort of peaked, and it's ridiculous and over the top. And you know you've got like the dildo weapon, and you can run around and hit people with it, and that's what people talk about. And in this game, you've got the what's the word I'm looking for? There's a gun that shoots, anal probe gun,
Yeah.
and so it's weird and silly like that. But at the same time, it knows it's a video game in the right ways, and that it has to keep challenging you and giving you reasons to keep playing. And that's sort of where I was surprised that everything that you just listed is here as well, just because it does not. It's still a well-made video game at the end of the day, but you can have your stories of just like, yeah, like I picked up the anal probe gun and I shot the president, like,
Right.
and it's just like, it's like, that's weird, but there's still reason to keep playing. And that was the other thing that surprised me is it doesn't just vomit everything out at you. It takes a good hour to 2 hours to sort of explain all the different mechanics to you. And there's a stealth game in here at the same time. And then you can also hop in your ship and your saucer. And that's even a different game than what you're playing. When you're in your saucer, it's all about just like destroying humans. But when you're on the ground, you can cause chaos and cops can come and stuff like that. But there's a stealth game involved. And there's bonus objectives to where if you do things more stealthily, you can get bonus things. And it's just weird how modern the game feels, even though this is a straight remake. Like they did not add any of this stuff in. And it even in some ways is more robust than I feel like a lot of modern games are.
Oh, 100%. Like this feels like a complete game. Like it seems like they put a lot of meat on these bones and they made sure it worked smoothly. And I guess that's part of the reason I had like such a good time with it, because it's like I'm so used to picking up games nowadays and it's just like what's broken, what's messed up, what's janky, and it's like this is like so smooth for like a PlayStation 2 game like that's been remade, obviously.
Yeah, I'd be interested to go back and like just see that PS2 version because it looks good. Like it's not mind blowing or anything, but you know it's got kind of the shiny people thing that, you know, like the early PS3 and 360 generation was just about shiny people. Like that's how we describe next gen. So it's got kind of that going on, but like all the modern textures in the worlds, it's very crisp and it looks really nice. I'm playing on the Series X and you played on PC. So I should have checked if there was a 1X or PS4 Pro version. So at least you're getting that. I'm going to guess there probably was, but So it looks really good, and it looks very modern. And yeah, the story can. The story is sort of what you expect. I think it is a bit front loaded. If I had to start, sort of diving into things that I think aren't as strong, the first half of the story I think is better because as you are playing as Crypto, and I don't remember you're basically taking orders from someone, from a higher up alien, and like you get there and cows, like they haven't seen humans before really, so they get there and they think these cows are somehow like important, and so a lot of that humor of sort of discussing what an alien would originally do if they came to Earth first is loaded in that front half, but the second half is more about like government conspiracies and stuff, and I just don't think it lands as well as the first half. But from a story perspective, that's about the only problem I have with the game. But it does a good job of moving you through the story and actually giving you a reason to keep playing, which again is something I just didn't really anticipate.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like the fact that you go from on the ground third person shooter style to like evade the cops and government officials and sneak into places with this stealth mechanic that doesn't feel tacked on, like it definitely feels like it's been a part of the game from the ground up. And then you hop in your ship, like you said, which is a whole different game. It's like it keeps throwing different things at you. My only issue with that being is it took a little long to get there. So it's like you will spend an entire sort of episode or segment rather with one ability or one gun being primary. And it's like you kind of get it after a while, so you don't really need to do one whole level with just that gun or just that ability. But that being said, by halfway through the game, you're switching through weapons and abilities on the fly, and it just feels really just connected and smooth.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely takes a little while to sort of give you all the toys, and the jetpack was one that I feel like they should have just kind of left you. They should have gave it to you to begin with, because once you have the jetpack, it sort of changes everything. Like you don't really go around the world without using it, because originally you're just sort of walking around and it works. But I guess it makes sense because they sort of introduced the stealth mechanics first, and I guess if you had the jetpack, you might be tempted to just be like, nah, screw it, I'm just gonna fly around. So maybe that's why they did it. But I agree that sometimes it can take a little long, and there is an upgrade path to the ship as well as Crypto, but Crypto basically means that you can upgrade your weapons as well as sort of your ability of when you take over what do they call them? They call when you possess someone, what's it called? I can't remember. It's like something Bob. What the heck's it called?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't remember. So when you take someone's appearance, you can sort of scan brains, and that sort of elongates your time as being stealthy, I guess you could say, or taking over that appearance. And so that's what you're upgrading for that, as well as upgrading how many points and stuff you get to put into those trees and stuff. So some of those guns don't really sort of come into their own until you get a little bit farther into the tree. But again, that's one of those things where it's weird that there's so much progression in this game. I just didn't anticipate that.
Yeah, like the upgrade system is pretty cool. Like, I mean, it's your standard upgrade system of more ammo, more health, more shields, whatever. But there's some cool little kind of tweaks and secondary firing modes you unlock, and your ship gets upgraded, and it's like it really feels. It does a good job of progressing you through the game in a way that makes you feel like you're getting more powerful. That what you're doing kind of matters.
Right, and by the end, you are definitely. I guess I don't want to critique a game for what isn't there, because I don't think that's fair sometimes. But I was kind of hoping by the end there was just going to be more chaos, and that might have just been a limitation of the game at the time. Like you can't have a Just Cause or a Red Faction guerrilla sort of style of just like, I want everything to explode and I want to have fun doing it. That's not really here, but I don't know if it's fair to ask for it, because I don't know if the game is trying to do that. Like, you can go back into stages that you have completed, because you will sort of kind of go into the same area 3 or 4 times for a single sort of campaign mission, but they do have like the rampage missions, and there's reasons to go back. Basically, there's challenges galore, but the rampage is not a sort of like just watch the chaos unfold. A lot of times it boils down to I guess that's not entirely true. I guess from the spaceship aspect, but a lot of those rampage missions boil down to you get bombarded by humans, and there can be quite a few at the same time. But that sort of just you end up just circle strafing and just sort of holding down the fire button. So I would have liked a more cohesive rampage mode or something like that. But again, I don't know if it's fair to critique it for what's not there versus what is there. So
I mean, whether it's fair or not, I'm not. I can't call it, but at the same time, that's exactly what I was feeling. Like whenever the game slowed down or stopped to say, "Here's a new toy, here's a new ability," it definitely took me out for a minute, just because I wanted to just kind of touch down and start blowing things up each and every time.
right.
But I mean, that's almost a testament to the gameplay, because you just always want to be let loose and just kind of just do your thing, because what you do is fun. It's like to be let loose and do it. It's just that's kind of the constant struggle.
Yeah, and I would have to wonder if the sequels and stuff, sort of probably dove into that more. I'd have to assume that they did, but obviously I can't speak to that with knowledge. But no, it's cool. There's a lot in this game, and I feel like we just keep saying we like it, but the moment to moment gameplay of it is something I didn't anticipate. But it's at the same time it's just fun. Like I can't really think of a better way to say it other than it's just fun, and it doesn't take itself seriously. While it does some, it can be a little finicky sometimes, like the stealth mechanics and stuff. And there's one mission in particular I remember where I had to sort of sneak into like a military base, and you have to sort of pick your moment so that way you're not seen transforming. And I felt like I just could not find out or figure out where it wanted me to sort of use this ability so I wasn't seen. There's little moments like that, but I kept coming back to this game and just having fun with it. And it's weird to say that that's rare these days, but it is. It's rare to have a game that's just sort of fun to play and see what happens. So I think that's why it sticks out, not only probably then, but now to even modern players. There still really isn't a game like it, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much Grand Theft Auto with aliens in a way, without the 80-hour long Rockstar kind of narrative. But you're absolutely right. Part of the reason I like this game so much is just because there isn't that 80-hour narrative. It doesn't take itself so seriously. It does have fun with itself, and it knows what it is, and it just has this charm of let's go have some fun. Let's go blow some things up. Let's go make some people poop and go home. And it's like, and games just are so self-serious now. Like they can't have fun with themselves, and they almost forgot that they're games, like, whereas like now it's like playing Destroy All Humans is like, sometimes you just want to destroy all humans, like, and that's right. It.
Yeah, and then you go home and that's it. You have fun with it. So yeah, no, I super enjoyed it. I was surprised. It's not crazy long either. I mean, if you do everything, you can get a lot more time out of it, but it's only like a 6 to 8 hour game if you're doing the main story. So, and you can get through most of the trees, the skill trees and that in that time. If you do extra stuff, obviously you go through it faster. But no, I enjoyed it, and I actually liked the end of the story. It's dumb and in a good way, and the only thing I'm sort of upset about is that there's this, like, I want to play the second one because I kind of want to see what they do with the story, but I don't want to play it on the PS2.
Yeah, right. I'm not going back to play the old ones.
Right.
I need 2 more remakes.
Right. So, and I mean, just in the process, I was just curious I was looking up this. So the original Destroy All Humans was on Xbox and PS2. Did I say 2002? Wow, it's 2005. I was way off. But it was on the Xbox, and that can't be right, because that was... Am I really that old? I am. It scored 76 on Xbox and 74 on PS2. Destroy All Humans 2 scored 74 and 74. And then there was apparently a Wii one called Destroy All Humans Big Willy Unleashed 53. That sounds a little too on the nose.
Right.
And Destroy All Humans Path of Furon on Xbox 360 with a whopping 34%.
Ooh.
So clearly the first two are the ones that people like. And then after that, it is not as revered. So, but I don't know. I people seem to be enjoying it. So maybe they, I'm hoping people did pick it up, and hopefully the Game Pass bump help it. Maybe we'll get that second one, because I would definitely play that pretty. I can't see any reason why I wouldn't want to play it. So I want to see what other things that they can do. And according to the reviews, it looks like it's going to be a lot of the same thing. So
yeah, I mean,
but
I can see that happening.
And from what I understand, the sequel also, it stars Crypto again. So hopefully we get that second one. So I think it's fair to say when it comes to Game Pass or Pass, you should play this one. So this one, it's on both. It's on the PC and it's on the Xbox. So I don't see any reason not to. And so you were on PC, right?
Yes.
Ran pretty well, I'm assuming?
Butter. Just amazing.
Butter, there you go. Yeah, on the Series X, I had 0 issues. So it's I feel like I need to find something wrong with the game. I'm being too positive.
I mean, we spoke about the pacing, which I think is fair. Like that early first quarter of the game is a lot of hand holding. It doesn't really let you go and just do whatever you want at times. But I mean, other than that, this is one of those games where you just really just enjoy your time with it. And if there is something that can be done better, is not in a way that hinders your experience in any way. It's just there.
It's a good video game. Dang it. That's all I got. So there you go. Destroy All Humans. Play it. Pass it on to your friends. Have a grand old time. But now it's time to wrap up this episode. Again, you can email us. One day I'll get this right in the first time. gpopfans@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Let us know what you like, don't like about Destroy All Humans, what you like, don't like about the episode. And shoot us a voicemail, 574-651-9256. Let us know the same thing, what you like, what you don't like, in voice form. You can also send a text there too if you really wanted to. I'll read it, talk about it, have a grand old time. So when it comes to the next games that we're going to be playing, we've got some games on the docket. We're going to be playing the original Psychonauts, as that is somehow both of us had never played that game. That is kind of considered is cult classic the right word?
I think so, because it didn't perform especially well, right?
Right. I think it was one of those where it's tough to say, because during that Xbox PS2 era, like if you sold 1 million copies, like you were over the moon, So I have to do some more research into that. But yeah, I remember hearing about Psychonauts, but never enough that I was like, well, I got to play this game. So it just hit Game Pass. I think it was actually free with Games with Gold a long time ago, so I think I had it there too. But it actually just hit Game Pass. So we're going to be playing that. To mix things up a little bit, we're also going to be playing some Outlast 2. We don't really play that many horror games on here, because I don't think there's really that many horror games in general. So we're going to be picking that up, play that through. And as of right now, we're still going to be trying to play Dragon Quest Builders 2. That is an extremely long game, though. So that one might get put on the back burner just in terms of being able to get through it. So, because we don't like to just, play a game for 2 hours and say, oh, yeah. We like to get into the meat of it before we give that suggestion.
Yeah, IGN.
Yeah, IGN, you know players. I don't know, IGN's all right. I don't understand why people hate him so much.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that big, you're gonna have like some issues. It's fine. Like, get over it.
Sure. Right. I mean, you guys do very old journalism. You play a game and you review it. You don't really have a personality, but that's fine. That's okay. I don't need every review I have to have some snarky YouTube guy behind it.
Angry Joe or get the FO. All right, that's all I want.
He's still a thing.
I
right?
don't know. I don't know. He should.
If he is, congratulations on your success. I mean,
that sounds.
Yeah.
Why does that sound so?
You got more than I ever will.
Why does that sound so insincere? I don't know what it was.
I'm tired. I'm still sick. So, Maybe I'm just angsty now at the world. So. All right, that's going to do for this episode of Game Pass or Pass. We'll see you next time with either Outlast 2 or Psychonauts.
Good day, sirs.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with AutoQuote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.